What if the biggest story of the NBA season wasn't decided by a dramatic game winner or a blockbuster trade, but quietly, behind velvet ropes at a star-studded party? Tonight, let's look beyond the arena lights and post-game stats, diving into a moment from NBA All-Star Weekend that has sparked intrigue across the basketball world. Picture this: the glittering Chase Center after the All-Star game, players gathering to celebrate. But in a crowd built almost exclusively of Warriors, just one outsider stands tall: Milwaukee's very own Giannis Antetokounmpo. What drove the Bucks' superstar to step into Warriors territory? And what impact could this have on the shifting landscape of NBA power? Get comfortable, because you don't want to miss the twists, turns, and what-ifs of this developing story. More than just a guest list, the 2024-2025 NBA All-Star Game brought basketball's finest to San Francisco, each representing their conference, their brand, and more than ever, their personal interests. After the final whistle, Steph Curry hosted his now famous gathering, a Warriors-centric celebration filled with big personalities, big egos, and bigger ambitions. Yet, talk of the night centered not on the hosts, but on the single exception in the room: Giannis Antetokounmpo, the East's hard-charging two-time MVP. Reportedly, no other non-Warriors attended, raising eyebrows throughout the NBA. Why was Giannis there? Is it friendship, curiosity, or the first public hint of seismic change to come? Agency ties. The plot thickens as, reported by Sam Amick of The Athletic, there's more to the story than meets the eye. Giannis and Curry are both represented by the powerhouse Octagon Agency, which has a history of creative deal-making and behind-the-scenes influence. Agencies hold much more sway in the modern NBA than fans often realize. They advocate for their stars, negotiate mega-contracts, and sometimes help facilitate the kinds of alliances that shift the balance of power in the league. Could this connection mean the seeds are being quietly sown for a future partnership? One thing's for sure, everyone in NBA circles is paying attention. Golden State's title window, open or closed. Right now, the Warriors' reality is anything but certain. Though they've dominated the past decade, their run is in danger of slipping away. Trailing the Minnesota Timberwolves 3-1 in the Western Conference semifinals, and with Steph Curry hampered by a stubborn hamstring injury, the Dubs face the rare prospect of an early exit. To reignite their title hopes, Golden State made a dramatic move at the trade deadline, acquiring Jimmy Butler from Miami. Still, the on-court chemistry is a work in progress. And with Curry's uncertain health, question marks remain. Can the Warriors make one last big push? Or is this the start of a transition era, possibly built around one more blockbuster edition, the lure of Giannis, real or a pipe dream? The Warriors' front office has never shied from star chases, but the logistics around acquiring Giannis are daunting. Even with rumored interest, Golden State's war chest isn't what it used to be. Young talent, Jonathan Kuminga and Moses Moody, two promising prospects, would likely have to be included in any major deal. Additional pieces: Buddy Hield, an experienced shooter, could sweeten the offer, but is that enough? Draft picks. The Warriors have spent substantial draft capital in recent years, potentially limiting their bargaining power. Golden State's history suggests they'd move heaven and earth for the right player, but would it be enough to tempt Milwaukee? Or are there bigger fish in the Giannis sweepstakes? Milwaukee's crossroads, Giannis Antetokounmpo, transformed the Milwaukee Bucks from small-market hopefuls to perennial contenders. A championship, multiple MVPs, and countless highlights later, his legacy is secured. But so is his desire to win another title, and soon. The Bucks face the pressure every organization with a transcendent star eventually does. If the window starts to close, do you risk losing your superstar for nothing, or explore a blockbuster deal early to restock and reset the franchise? The case for a Western Conference. Move historical trend and league whispers suggest Giannis would likely join a Western Conference team if he decides to leave Milwaukee. Why? It's a new stage to prove himself, facing top competition and perhaps finding a more ready-made path back to the finals. Plus, Milwaukee would prefer to send him out of conference, minimizing direct competition. Is Golden State his most logical destination? Or do other franchises have both the assets and the vision to make a better marriage? San Antonio Spurs, building the next dynasty. San Antonio looms large for one reason: Victor Wembanyama. The sensational rookie is already redefining expectations, paired with a franchise hungry for its next generational star. With young talent, draft assets, and enormous cap flexibility, the Spurs could build a team around Giannis that has finals potential for years to come. Imagine the Greek freak and the French phenom together, coached by the legendary Greg Popovich. There may be no pairing in the league with more long-term intrigue. Houston Rockets, a team on the rise. The Houston Rockets are another serious destination, armed with a dynamic young core and one of the league's most aggressive front offices. Eager to vault from rebuilding to contending, Houston could package rising stars and attractive picks for Giannis, positioning themselves as a real threat out west. Their calculation is simple: take a risk, add Antetokounmpo, and become instant title threats. Brooklyn Nets and Oklahoma City Thunder, dark horses with a plan. Don't sleep on the Brooklyn Nets. Always in the conversation when superstar names are in play. A big market, ample assets, and plenty of media attention could tempt Giannis to the East Coast. Then there's OKC, with a treasure trove of draft picks and rising stars like Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. They could offer Milwaukee a king's ransom, while giving Giannis a fresh challenge. All in or time to rebuild. Fans know that Golden State isn't built for slow, patient rebuilds. Their ethos has been win now, but age, injuries, and changing fortunes are undeniable. If they strike out on stars like Giannis, the Warriors may be forced to pivot toward a new generation, keeping Steph as their heart and mentor. Pursuing Giannis would be audacious, and the idea of a super duo with Curry is tantalizing. But giving up their remaining depth and assets could push Golden State further from contention if the risks outweigh the rewards. A word of caution for the Warriors. Faithful for Warriors. Supporters dreaming of Antetokounmpo in blue and gold, temper your expectations, at least for now. Insider talk suggests that while the pursuit is legitimate, the path is perilous. Golden State might be closer to a rebuild than a reload, especially with the West getting stronger by the day. Some will say it was just a party. Others will argue it was a calculated move signaling intentions for free agency. In a media age where appearances and affiliations often precede major news, it's impossible to overlook Giannis as the lone outlier at Steph's All-Star Bash. Are we seeing the early stages of a seismic shift in the NBA? Or just a superstar seizing a chance to explore his options, build relationships, and enjoy the spotlight? One thing's certain: every team with hope and assets is watching, waiting, and preparing their best pitch. Would a Curry-Giannis combo reshape the Warriors, or is another team the perfect fit? Which franchise should risk it all for a shot at the Greek freak? Hit that like button and share your wildest trade ideas or predictions in the comments below. Your opinion drives this channel. Let's make this the most talked about NBA free agency summer ever. Thank you for joining Fabiano's news channel, your ultimate source for the major moments and behind-the-scenes drama shaping the NBA. Don't miss the next chapter. Until then, keep the debate alive and your notifications on.